CBs, people who have managed banks that are going into liquidation, that cannot be used as positive in their favor. The truth has to be told. I am not suggesting that any one of them is responsible. I'm saying a doctor who parades the number of people who die under his care cannot forward that to me as a CB for me to appoint him as a Surgeon General. I don't need them to take note of that. That what we do in our small places of work, whether they survive or fail, goes to our credit or discredit. So we should take note.
Well, I think former governor of Edo State and Senator Adams Oshiomole actually made a very, very cogent point, which, in our dealings in recent times, we've been seeing putting round pegs in square holes, which has been the reason why we have not been getting results that we ought to be getting, as a country in different sectors. Of course, considering the fact that the banking sector is very, very important at this time. The CBN is key. Remember, he mentioned that the CBN is not like every commercial bank where the goal is to make profit. Then now you've got to deal with policies, you've got to create jobs, you've got to, I mean, it has to do with a bigger, scope. And of course, considering, what he actually made mention of, that it cannot be committed into the hands of people who have had banks liquidate under their watch, and which who of course has become now, who have all aspirants, so to speak, people who have been nominated by the president, in such picture. So it's very important. But the question has always been, don't we have brand new brains? Don't we have people who can run the sectors? Don't we have fresh minds that we can use? Don't we have, because all that we have been seeing, look at what happened at the Federal Ministry of Works yesterday. Now, the governor, or former governor, David Mai, he's now the Minister for Works, had come out to apologize to the workers and also explain his side of the whole event. Recall that he was locked up in his office. He wasn't allowed to go home to come out of the office after he locked workers out because they came into work late. Well, he was trying to pass a message, but then the message was not getting, right. It doesn't received rightly. And so I think it's high time that we begin to try fresh minds and fresh people in offices. It's high time. All this idea of recycling, this old wagon of baggage and all of that, I think it should come to an end. And I think now is the time, because Nigeria is in a very, very delicate state that needs total overhauling. And that's the truth. We've had these people there all the while. It's not working in their hands. And that's the truth. All this analog mentality has to be put aside and allow the computer age, to take over. However, if we're going to deal ruthlessly with the issues that are facing us as a nation, then we must be ready to put in place the tools in form of human tools that are actually the right pegs in the right holes of issues that we have. And I think that is the major point. That was the key point that Adams Oshiomhole was making. That look, come, we cannot, though he further stated that he's not saying that Cardoso and the others are the reason why those banks liquidated under them. But then we cannot use the central bank as a trial and error for people who banks have liquidated under their watch. Well, it is still serious matters here at home. If TVA wants to, please share this video with others, drop your comment, make them simple and simple. Let us know what your opinions are on this matter that Adams Oshiomhole had raised in that very, very short video. I'd love to play. Maybe we should go a little further on this on the rest of the things that Adams Oshiomhole said during that plenary session. Of course, that was the time when they were, was it an interview? They were doing the interview to employ the next CBN governor, who actually already is in office now. But then we should look at these matters and see how they affected. In fact, Adams Oshiomole spoke like the average Nigerian. I think the spirit of the days of the NLC entered into him, and he spoke, just like he used to that by then, not like a politician, which he has been, speaking like in recent time. Let's listen to him on this one. Let's listen to him.
And my distinguished colleagues, thank you for this privilege to meet those who manage our central bank. I want to differ very radically from what seems to be the general view. My view is I am suspicious of people whose main background come from commercial banking. Because central banking is about policy. It's not about marketing. It's not about seeking profit. It's about getting monetary policies right with clear focus on specific microeconomic objectives. Whether it is job creation, stabilizing a price regime, exchange rate regime, inflation regime, all of that. When listening to the CBs, people who are managed banks that are going into liquidation, that cannot be used as positive in their favor. The truth has to be told. I am not suggesting that any one of them is responsible. I'm saying a doctor who parades the number of people who die and other is care cannot forward that to me as a CP for me to appoint him as a surgeon general. I don't need them to take note of that. That what we do in our small places of work, whether they survive or fail, goes to our credit or discredit. So they should take note. However, sir, I think at the heart of our problem, and I need their views on this, is that the immediate past management of the bank emphasize their autonomy. But in the real world of macroeconomic management, every agency's activity rub off on another agency. There can be no autonomy from monetary authority such that they do not interface with the fiscal authority. And even these two, in my view, if they do not relate with the Ministry of Trade and Commerce, because the challenge we deal with now is, at least to everybody here, everybody seems to have submitted completely to the so-called market forces and rely on the invisible hands of Adam Smith to regulate and determine the value of the naira. It is now clear, after Babangida started this evaluation, that the market forces can never stabilize the naira. The state must intervene. Interest rate cannot be at 20%, 25%, and you are expecting the manufacturing sector to grow that require long-term investment or investment that require long-term gestation period, borrowing at 20%, even if you are a drug dealer, you will find that those dealing with drug in some other parts of Latin America will be more competitive. So I think that there is need for a complete thinking outside the box. When the West celebrates our free market, no control, and so on, I'm always suspicious. When they come for us that we are doing the right thing, the state is withdrawing, less regulations at a time when we can see that even at the time of war trade, nation states are negotiating with other nation states to have specific trade relationships. So I feel we need this new team. We need this new team to completely think outside the box. And I will expect on this occasion, Mr. President, that all the things that many of our colleagues have spoken to, including my dear brother, Ochekanu, if we allow Nigerians to import everything without restriction, and you have limited naira dollars available, the naira will continue to suffer devaluation.
Okay, well, it's over to you now. Please drop your comment, make them simple and simple. Let us know what your opinions are on this matter. This is serious matters here.